Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am taking coffee to the extreme today, which is a thing I tend to do. This is frozen coffee, and I'm pouring in a Starbucks triple shot, as well as adding even more coffee to make coffee with coffee and then some coffee. Coffee! Yes, when I'm done with these sorts of things, I tend to put the ice in the freezer. I'm going to need to stop doing that because it's not working. The ice freezes to the bottom and then I wind up with this. But before I go any further, let me inform you, I'm a food blogger. So I purchased this for the sake of review, and because it has calories in it, I tend to only drink it when I'm filming videos. Some say that this enhances my videos, and some people ask me dumb questions. In addition, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. If you'd be so kind as to comment, like, and subscribe, you'd be doing your part for a better world. It's not cold yet. There's a piece of ice floating in it, though. Anyway, so I got a knock on the door at like 3 in the morning yesterday. And it was one of my neighbors who came and asked if he could borrow some space in my trash can. And what the hell happened with the election? Okay. Coffee. To which I responded, I thought you were pro-Trump. Because he had been. He most certainly had been pro-Trump in 2016. But here he was, like myself, hoping for Harris. And I mean, look. One thing we should take away from the election is we're all Americans. And we all need to get along with each other. And we need to stop this tribalism and hatred between the political parties. I mean, I have a right to hate Donald Trump. He made my life miserable. Maybe you don't feel that way. All right? But more than half of America's voting population turned out in favor of Trump. And there's a reason. Good reason? Maybe not. But there is a reason, and I'm here to explore that reason today. And I mean, one of the things that people say is that by definition, half the people are of below average intelligence. I don't know if that's true, but intelligence is a quotient, so you take all the people in the world, and, the average is supposed to reach 100. That's the average. Everybody at an average intelligence of 100 is average. Everyone below that is below average, and everyone above that is above average. And that's what it is. But, if, in this case, if intelligence were running a mile, if everybody ran a mile in 45 minutes, that would be a score of 100. If you then ran a mile in 50 minutes, that would be a below average score. And if you ran a mile in a shorter time, that would be an above average score. And that would make the person that ran the mile in 5 minutes have a... why did I choose that one? 5-minute mile in that case would be an intelligence of 900 because it's several times above the norm. So that's one thing to consider. And I mean, the thing about intelligence is if you're a very intelligent person, you care about the environment because you understand that eventually if we don't care about the environment, bad things will happen to us or our progeny. If humanity is going to die in 50 years and you're only going to die in 25, you still should be caring about what happens in the 25 years after your death because you're intelligent and you understand that you are a part of a species. Coffee ground? Anyway. But you still have to understand that we as human beings have what's referred to as a hierarchy of needs. And this hierarchy of needs, spans from, it's like, what's going to happen in the next few seconds to what's going to happen to the next generation. One of the reasons my father and I didn't get along is that I've never taken a big interest in women, and he felt I would never give him grandchildren. Okay? Part of the reason for that is he was a ridiculous pervert, said a bunch of disgusting things about my mother, and it kind of puts me off women. I'm very, very shy about relationships. But the point there being, is we have this sort of hierarchy of needs, and when all of our needs on one level are met, then we go to the next level. And that's, kind of what happened is that when you deal with, the Republicans dealt with kitchen table issues, and the Democrats dealt with world issues, okay? And what's a kitchen table issue? Literally, putting food on the kitchen table for my family is a kitchen table issue. Finding a job is a kitchen table issue. And most Americans are not going to say, I would let my children starve to save the whales. Their interest is in their children before the whales. The whales are at a higher level of importance, or further level of importance from where they are. So it's like Donald Trump comes in and says, well, I'm going to deport a bunch of illegals and they're taking your jobs. Well, on the one hand, most of the illegal immigrants are taking jobs you don't want. I have a gardener. He is probably an illegal immigrant. I have never inquired. It's not my business. All right? He speaks bad English, also speaks Spanish, and seems to be a nice enough guy. Terrible gardener, but that's not the point. Okay? Now, if you fired him, if you deported him, assuming he's illegal, this would mean that at least one person would have a job that didn't have it before, because he would not be here to take that job. Okay, so this is kind of a kitchen table issue. I have trouble finding a job. You're going to deport so many million people. Now that you've deported those millions of people, now there's a bunch of job openings, and hopefully they have to pay better, because otherwise people won't fill them. That was a big issue in California at one point. There were a lot of deportations, and we didn't have people to fill the maid jobs, the jobs where people were cleaning hotels and such. So that became an issue. Now, once again, reproductive rights are a kitchen table issue for somebody who's pregnant. All right? It's not a kitchen table issue for me because I'm not going to get pregnant. And yes, someone I know may get pregnant and need medical care, but whereas I'm certainly for a woman's right to choose, and I feel that, people should keep their greasy orange hands out of women's vaginas, unless the women are into that, in which case it's, again, none of my business. You have to acknowledge the fact that most Americans, if it was, well, we can fix this problem with reproductive rights, or you can feed your children, they're going to be more interested in feeding their children. And, one point to make is that I don't think the Republicans are going to help people feed their children, okay? But do understand that the Republicans are on the side of the rich people, And at least by the next election, if they want to win, they're going to tell the big corporations, lower your prices. Because they're rich people and they scratch each other's backs. This is kind of the point, you know. Now, I don't think Donald Trump did much for small town America. I don't think he did much of anything when he was in office. I don't feel that the country was better, and quite frankly, I think the war in Ukraine and the war in the Middle East are his fault. I think he made America look weak, and America looking weak is why this happened. Okay? But one thing I have to admit is that if America started a draft, a lot of the people that take jobs that I would be taking, Americans, they would be drafted, and then I would be more likely to get not only a job, but a higher paying job. You know, it's just one of those things. So you have to understand that someone without this higher level of intelligence is going to be more motivated by kitchen table issues. And once again, it's like with Donald Trump, these are the answers a child would give you. People are coming into this country illegally. Build a wall to keep them out. That's what a child would think. All right? An adult would think, okay, so should we how do we respond to them doing this? Is it a bad thing? That's the first question. You know, but a child doesn't understand that. You know, it's the certain amount of people coming in this country and doing jobs that no one else wants is a good thing. Too much of it is a bad thing. But, you know, it's just one of those points. It's like, yes, I would rather construction workers be skilled professionals, but then can I afford the skilled professionals? We don't live in a world where that happens anymore. So, yeah, a lot of them are going to be Mexicans who can't speak English and may not be as well skilled. That's just the world we live in. You know? I'm sorry, but that's it. And, you know, if you're a coal miner, you could become a bricklayer. Hard work is something you're used to. So this is one of those things with America, is that you've got the two sides of America. You've got the America of proper science and intelligence and art and all these wonderful things, and this is the tends to be the Democrat America, where they're very existential and they're very into philosophy and they care about these big, huge concepts. And then you've got America, the working backbone of this country, who are a little more carnal, you know. They're into beer and love and football, and their primary concern is their family, not the world. Those are the people that voted for Donald Trump. Now ask yourself the question, who is at fault here? Is it those people who are voting for what they believe is their best interest? Or is it the politicians who haven't been able to come up with a plan to address these people's needs? This is what politicians are for, to address these people's needs. I mean, I voted for Harris. Okay? I voted for Biden. I voted for Clinton. But at some point, you have to admit here that my needs are not really being met. And I mean, look, I wrote Harris to try and better her campaign. I wanted her to take up a simple message, which is, let's make hate un-American. Okay? A concept of unity. Let's make hate un-American. Let's not hate minorities. Let's not hate people of different religions. Let's not hate people of different demographics or orientations or beliefs or philosophies. Let's make hate un-American. Never got an answer. But then I write the governor all the time. And I'm going to write my senators with the same message. Let's make hate un-American. But in order for us to unify this country, we need to understand... Is it more coffee ground or is it a bug? In order for you to unify America, you must first learn to understand America. And that's what I feel wasn't done. So yeah. Trying to clean out these cans a little better. That's what happened. Democrats failed to connect with the working population of America. Anyway, that's what I think happened. Let me know what you think happened in the comments below. I'm Richard.
Oogog, ergonog. Daniel Ducky say YouTube gods need long outro so I can tell you comment, like, and subscribe so that this channel can pull trash out of ocean by buying matrices from For Ocean. Also, links to new video now appear. Comment, like, and subscribe or be cursed by Ugatha. Danger Ducky approves.